Right, so let's go for a constructed two-point perspective. This is definitely going to be a game changer for you, as it will basically reinvent the way you see perspective. By now we've been doing a lot of sketching, and you can tell it's sketching isn't enough. It's not correct. We need it to be correct, 100% correct. Right, so let's start with the ground line, and we will draw a constructed perspective of a cube. Right, we'll start by rotating it 30 degrees. Right, this cube is going to be a 1 to 1 to 200, because we are drawing a cube house, so that cube house is going to have 1 to 200, 5 by 5 by 5 centimeters. Right, this is the planar view. Right, we'll go for a basically a one second here, a frontal view now. Don't forget. Right, we need to thicken this. Now the horizon line is at 0 point, should be at 165 meters, so that's 0.8 centimeters. Okay, right. So this is the ground line, this is the horizon line. Right, now we'll do two diagonals and set up the viewing position for our cube. Obviously, our best interest is to look at this, basically this cube smack down the middle, so right through the center of the two diagonals. Now we need to basically, you've got this width, and we need to fit it with a 30-degree triangle, and also with a 45-degre one. Right, because as humans got that 37-degree and 30 minutes cone of sight, right? So how do you fit the 37.5, 37 and 30, right? Because it's talking about an angle. Well, you fit the 30, you fit the 45, and the 37.30 is smack in the middle. Right, now it's going to get really interesting. This point here, let's draw it in the frontal view as well. And we need to project through the corners of our cube onto the ground line. Right? And on the ground line, you don't need to project through this because it's basically vertical. It's basically, sorry, this corner is on the ground line itself, so the projection will coincide with the vertical line. And now we'll draw some, for the other edges, vertical lines here, here, and here. So recap, we rotated the perspective cube, planar view, frontal view. We do the optimal viewing cone of 37 degrees and 30 minutes, and then we project it in the plane on the ground line, and then we do these verticals. And now for the last step, we need to project in the frontal view as well, because we projected in the planar view. Now we need to go for the frontal view. And where do we need to project on? From the maximum and minimum of each of these edges. And we need to stop our projections on the vertical lines, right? So for this point here, let's call this point number 1. 1, right? We need to project from here and here, right? And we need to stop the projection on the vertical here. Boom. Boom, done. Right, next. 2. We need to project from here and here. Right, come on. I know this is going to make a lot more sense as you draw more, right? There's many ways of constructing a perspective. I just like this one because it's the fastest up there. And definitely very flexible. Here and here. Right, and the edge, the dotted edge that's behind stays the same, basically because, you know, it coincides with its vertical projection. Right, here. Dotted lines show that these lines are behind. And obviously, this is a 100%. Well, obviously, again, you can't go for 100% because, you know, it's just pencil on, you know, paper. That can't be 100% accurate, and you know, we are humans and we make mistakes, so it's not 100% accurate, but it's as accurate as it can be by human standards, right? Now we need to thicken these lines, so we got like a good contour. One thing you'll notice is that if we constructed this properly, we are going to have, look here, a perspective point, P1. You remember the two perspective points? Where we got one here, and the other is somewhere off the page, right? Because this is an A4 paper. Okay? Very important, as we will, well, let the guard down, and this got a bit messy. Right, as we will need this point to help us measure and construct everything. Just as a you know, like short tip, obviously, you know, the lengths on a vertical, you know, they don't. So basically, they don't decrease, right? So if you want to divide this in 3 equal parts, you just measure this and divide it in 3. But if you want to divide this in 3 equal parts, then they won't be equal because they go in perspective. Okay, let's not forget that. Well, this is very cute, this is very nice, we've got a little box, but all that work just to draw a small little box. Come on, it's not worth it, it's too small, right? So step number 2 after this is going to be enlarging this box, making this perspective like worth the effort of constructing it, and coming up with a real large 2-point perspective.